They are the team that we love to hate, but like them or not, the Dallas Cowboys are one of the most successful franchises in the history of the NFL. With 5 Super Bowl championships and the distinction of being the most valuable team in all of sports, it is hard not to respect their legacy. And like all great franchises, it is difficult to list just 10 players without fear of leaving somebody off. But here they are, the top 10 Dallas Cowboys of all time. Number 10, DeMarcus Ware. The only active player on this list, Ware wreaked havoc on opposing quarterbacks with the Cowboys for 9 seasons, becoming their all-time sacks leader. During his time in Dallas, Ware led the league in sacks twice and was awarded Defensive Player of the Year in 2008. He also made 7 straight Pro Bowls and All-Pros between the years 2006 and 2012. While Ware has been good with Denver, even helping the Broncos win Super Bowl 50, he is not quite the force he once was during his prime years in Dallas. Number 9, Mel Renfro. Drafted out of Oregon as a star running back, Coach Tom Landry had other plans, bouncing Renfro to the defensive backfield where he quickly thrived. In his rookie season, Renfro had 7 interceptions and made the first of 10 straight Pro Bowls. He would go on to play his entire 14-year career with the Cowboys, helping the team make 4 Super Bowls, winning 2. Still the team's all-time interceptions leader, Renfro became a member of the Cowboys Ring of Honor in 1981 and was elected to the Pro Football Hall of Fame in 1996. Number 8, Larry Allen. One of the biggest pieces for the Cowboys in their 1995 Super Bowl campaign was his All-Pro guard leading the way for Emmitt Smith in his most legendary season. A Cowboys mainstay for 12 seasons, Allen's unmatched strength helped him get named to 7 straight All-Pro teams from 1995 to 2001. Allen has also made more Pro Bowls than any other Cowboys offensive player with 10. It's interesting to think how good the Cowboys' already stellar offensive line would be if Allen was at their side. Number 7, Randy White. The number 2 overall pick of the 1975 draft was known as the Manster because he was half man and half monster, and his high motor and quickness made him one of the premier pass rushers of his day. White was an integral part of the second iteration of the Doomsday defense and helped the Cowboys win Super Bowl 12 and took home co-MVP honors. During his 14 seasons in Dallas, White was named an All-Pro 8 times and went to 9 Pro Bowls, and he is still the Cowboys' all-time tackles leader. This enforcer was the kind of talent that coaches had to game plan around. In regards to White, Tom Landry once said, quote, "His performances range anywhere from spectacular to spectacular." Number 6, Michael Irvin. The first of the triplets on this list, Irvin only played 11 seasons in his career before being forced to retire due to a spine injury he suffered in 1999. At the time of his retirement, he owned most of the Cowboys' major receiving records, the most impressive being his 47 100-yard games, which is good enough for 9th all-time. Irvin had 11 such games in 1995, which is still the NFL record. In the postseason, he was just as impressive as his 1,300 yards are good enough for 2nd in playoff history. It's no wonder why this Hall of Famer is known as the Playmaker. Number 5, Tony Dorsett. In 1977, the Cowboys traded 4 draft picks, including a first-rounder, to Seattle for the number 2 overall pick, where they took Heisman Trophy winner Tony Dorsett out of Pittsburgh. This gamble quickly paid off as Dorsett ran for 1,000 yards and 12 touchdowns during his first season, where he would take home Offensive Rookie of the Year honors. This unbelievable start was capped off by a touchdown in the Cowboys' Super Bowl 12 victory. Dorsett would go on to gain over 1,000 yards in 8 of his first 9 seasons, and he is currently 9th all-time in total yards gained with 12,739. At the time of his retirement, he held every major Cowboys rushing record until most of them were broken by another Hall of Famer on this list. Number 4, Troy Aikman. The first overall pick of the 1989 draft had a rough start to his career, going 0-11 while throwing 18 interceptions and just 9 touchdowns. By 1992, Aikman would be raising the Lombardi Trophy for the first time after dominating the Buffalo Bills with a 4-touchdown performance in Super Bowl 27. Aikman would lead the Cowboys to 2 more Super Bowl victories in 1993 and 1995 and became the face of the Cowboys dynasty. Number 3, Bob Lilly. Affectionately known as Mr. Cowboy, Lilly was the first ever player drafted by the team in 1961 and would go on to play each of his 14 seasons in Dallas, starting 196 consecutive games. During his career, Lilly made a team record 11 Pro Bowls and was an All-Pro 7 times. He was also the cornerstone of the original Doomsday defense, which helped the Cowboys reach 2 consecutive Super Bowls in 1970 and 1971, winning the latter. After his retirement, Lilly became the first ever member of the Cowboys Ring of Honor in 1975 and was elected to the Pro Football Hall of Fame in 1980. Number 2, Emmitt Smith. The third and final triplet on this list is one of the greatest running backs of all time. Number 22 has several accolades, including 8 Pro Bowls and 5 All-Pros. Smith was named the MVP of Super Bowl 28 after his 130-yard, two-touchdown performance. He was also named NFL MVP twice in 1992 and 93, and was the league rushing leader and touchdowns leader 4 times. But Smith's 1995 campaign was probably his greatest, as he ran for nearly 1,800 yards and 25 touchdowns. And even though his third MVP trophy eluded him, the Cowboys would go on to win their 5th Super Bowl title later that season. Still to this day, Smith holds the record for the most career rushing yards with 18,355 and the most career rushing touchdowns with 164. Number 1, Roger Staubach. Due to his commitment to the Navy, Staubach would not enter the league until the age of 27. 2 years later, Staubach would get his first real shot at starting and would lead the Cowboys on a 10-game winning streak. The season ended with the victory of Super Bowl VI, a game in which Staubach was named the MVP. He would go on to appear in 3 more, winning another title in 1978. The quarterback of the Cowboys' glory days, it was Staubach who really helped put this franchise on the map.